Hello, everybody. My name is Jay Black, and I am joined by the unkempt Keane Black.
Video games are so boring. I hate the new technology and all the stuff they do to the internet and stuff. No, you need to have fun. A book, the player's handbook, and a die. Okay, that's how you have fun. Okay, so stop whining in your basement and we'll die in your basement.
I'm just excited at all the work you did for that opening. That was
Yeah,
like a sketch from the beginning.
I thought about it in the car right here. For everybody that had a girlfriend in high school, Dungeons and Dragons is a fantasy role-playing game that
It's sort of like an interactive story.
Yeah, interactive story. There's a person named the DM, the dungeon master that basically controls the fate and use die to control if you succeed or fail.
So we are talking about Dungeons and Dragons on today's episode because we are going to be talking about a show that we love called Harmonquest. And
it's created by the guy named Dan Harmon. You may have heard of him from the two hit shows, Community and the very, very ugly fan base that is around a fan base that's around the show called Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, I would say a phenomenon, Rick and Morty.
The phenomenon, like everybody's talking about it.
Look what I'm wearing.
Oh,
Phenomenon.
wow.
I didn't even realize. Yeah.
So, and I'm wearing Spider-Man clothes.
Dan Harmon, and I admire this, Dan Harmon plays D&D and decided to monetize his game. And got together with some celebrity friends and a DM named Spencer Crittenden. And the two they do an interactive story, and every episode's a half hour, and it ends on a cliffhanger, and it's basically a fantasy comedy show that's animated, but all of this stuff is done in real time in front of us as they improv it and role play.
Yeah, like the improv on the show is like great, like
next level.
Next level, like those. So there's also every episode has a guest star, and very rarely there's actually a guest star knowing what they're doing.
Right. Well, because most people who live in the world have a life and don't play D&D like we do.
And the guest stars are very hit or miss.
This show originally aired on the short-lived streaming platform CISO, which my comedy was on, Keane. I don't know if you know this, so I think it's fair to say I personally killed CISO.
It did went bankrupt, I guess, and
well, not because of what they were paying me, that's for sure. Yeah. But then it got picked up by Verve. Verve. No E. There's no vowels on the internet for whatever reason. There are 2 seasons, and it does function as a pretty compelling fantasy story. It's a very funny show, but they have real stakes, at least in the made-up characters have real stakes, and every show ends on a cliffhanger. And we just were going to do the first season, and then they got to a cliffhanger at the end of the first season. We were like, well, we got to sign up for Verve so we can get the rest of the season.
And I feel like we're going and we have to do that thing again because it's got a 3rd season in the working.
Season 3, yeah. Give everybody a rating on 5 out of 5 rolled 20s. What would this be?
How about out of 20? Shoot, my die.
You can't roll your review, can you?
I'm rolling my review.
Rolling your review.
18 out of 20.
You know what? That's actually pretty accurate because we love this show. And
maybe I'll do 17 and a half.
I don't want to say everything Dan Harmon touches turns to gold because certainly his personal life it does not count under that umbrella.
Yeah.
But he is a fantastic storyteller and creator. Brilliant. And
brilliant mind. One say I do have to say Dan Harmon is the funniest person on the show. I watched this really cool analysis of it. Like everybody, by the way, there's co-hosts. We got
one of whom is his former wife.
Which I think is kind of like every time they meet, they just I think they're very good friends, and I feel like they still have a little bit of connection.
Right.
Because they do have fun.
If you stay friends with your exes, you'll be the first male in our family to ever do that. Where's
Janet?
Wait, who's Janet?
Wasn't that your ex-wife?
No, I didn't have an ex-wife. It's a very good show. We cannot recommend it highly enough. We rolled an 18 out of 20. Even the gods of chance think you need to check this out. It's one of those
Wait,
things.
who says the God of Chance? I'm the God.
Okay, all right.
I'm a God.
It's one of those shows that you might not have heard of, but we wanted to share with you because it's well worth your time. Keane, anything else you want to say? And stop moving the green screen, you. It's going to look like everything's moving behind us.
Hate the screen.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
I would say that if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, that you'll have a great time.
Even if you're not, though. I think
Even
you'll
if
have a
you're
good
not,
time with it.
I was about to say
Oh, gee,
that.
I'm sorry. I got ahead of your apraxia. Go on.
If you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, great, recommend the show. If you're not, still recommend the show. You don't need to know everything from this book to know it, which I'm currently still
But it's a great
doing.
introduction, too, if you want to know about
And
role-playing.
also, the Dungeon Master, great way to start dungeon mastering.
Okay, for Keane Black, I am Jay Black.
I give it.
You already rolled your score.
Yes.
This is the Keane Black Apraxia Show.
Wait, let's see what we're gonna end it on. Oh, we're gonna end it on a big cliffhanger.